microphone because, frankly, I'm so bored you'll fall asleep after you eat this quiche if I'm not moving. First of all, it's such an honor for me to be here. This is the power group. This is the group that can make a difference. And I'm so glad to be with my team from Orlando, my best friend for 45 years now, and personal. She leaned over. Do you want that tag on? It'll sway back now. Is your phone off? Yeah. Now let me tell you why that's relevant. This isn't a cause. This is personal. This is about people. This is about a relationship. Tomorrow we celebrate Good Friday. Before there's a Good Friday, there needs to be a Good Thursday. Thousands of years ago, power exploited innocence for its own sake. There needs to be a group of people that use their power to pay attention, to recapture, and to re-empower innocence to live a life that is fully loved, fully appreciated. There is no better group to face this challenge than faith groups in general. There's not a religion in the world that does not have a moral mandate to face the action of exploitation, of harm to those who are vulnerable. But our faith, first of all, we are better equipped to make the entire nation aware of this than any other institution. We are the ones who have the access to most of the population of our nation. We are the ones who have respect that in local congregations anyhow, that says, okay, I know they're trying to do right. I'm gonna listen to this. I had no idea that there was this kind of problem. We are the ones who follow the one who paid attention personally to those who were marginalized by society, ignored by society. You remember him. You remember the one who walked through the crowd and everybody was trying to get up close, and there was this one woman with an issue of blood for a dozen years, and that meant she could not be socialized, she could not be hugged, she could not be touched, she was ostracized. And when she touched his robe, she was healed, but not fully healed until he turned around and said, "Who touched me?" And the disciples thought he was crazy. There are hundreds of people touching you. But he knew this about this woman, that she can be physically healed, just like you can have somebody physically safe. But the trauma of ostracism, the trauma of thinking that you're not fit for relationships, the trauma of shame needs to be addressed. And it wasn't until he turned around and he said to her, he pronounced her well, that she could be reintegrated into that community, which is the ultimate healing. To be reintegrated into a community that respects you and loves you. We're the ones who follow the others who were marginalized, the children. Everybody's trying. And he said, no, let them come to me. Don't get in their way. We're the ones who follow the one who heard the voices over the shout of the whole crowd. Those two little guys going, "Son of David, have mercy." Can you imagine how loud those voices? He heard the voice of need in the volume of the cries of the crowd. That's what he focused on. And he came over and said, what do you want me to do for you? We're the ones who follow the one who sought out this woman at the well and crossed every kind of boundary, crossed the cultural boundary, crossed the religious boundary, crossed the righteous boundary, the sinner boundary, just to say to her, you have something to offer me. Would you give me a drink? You're not looked down upon, you're needed. I need you. The world needs you. You have something to offer. And to get into a conversation that would abolish her shame and make her into a leader for the rest of the town that had ostracized her. You see, we have a lot of work to do. And some of it is important legislatively. Some of it is important organizationally. You providers, I can't tell you how much I admire what you're doing. Oh my goodness, what a call. What a special ministry. And how much patience and compassion. And do I really have to do this again, Lord? Does that take? I cannot tell you how much I admire what you're doing. But for the rest of us who are not specialists, we need to realize this is all about relationships. Everything that gets done is about relationships. Every trauma that somebody is through won't be healed without a relationship. There's no clinical treatment. There are not enough finances in the world. There's not enough, well, this is a better situation to get them from going back to what they know. This is in all walks of life, by the way. We will return to the vomit, as the gross Bible passage says, rather than face with courage a new life and get into the relationship with the one who makes all things new. Those people don't do that without somebody walking alongside them. Without some other voice than the one they've had in their voice, reminding them constantly who they are. That's you. You're the ones with power. I fear for those people, but let me tell you something. I fear even more for a nation that has so much power and so many resources and uses them for those who already have power and those who already have resources. I fear for what happens to a people with power who thinks that power is really for them. A people with blessing who think that that blessing is really for them. People with strength who uses that strength for their own survival and their own advancement. We need to pay attention to these people who have been violated, who have been traumatized. We need to restore them because we cared more about them than we cared about our own comfort. I heard a story long ago, and I'll close with this, about an Indian tribe that lived beside this river, and twice a year this river would flood, and by flood I mean the current was so strong that an ordinary person, no matter how strong they were, couldn't wander out into it without being swept downstream. They were a peaceful tribe. But there was another tribe that came to attack them and to steal all the goods that they had. And this was a warlike tribe. And so they were attacked during that daytime, and they were losing badly, and they were going to lose the battle, but night fell, in this particular area, you didn't fight it. You waited for the next day. And so here is this badly beaten already tribe beside this raging river. So there is no escape. And they know the next day this tribe is going to come and going to wipe them all out. And they're all gathered together around the fire. There are a few of the very strong warriors left. And somebody said, well, we have two choices. One is that we all die tomorrow together. The other choice is that you strong warriors, you could at least try to brave that river and save yourself, and maybe at least part of our tribe would survive. Well, that second option seemed to be better. Except for the warriors looked around the fire and they saw the kids, and they saw the old, and they saw the sick, and they couldn't leave them. And so they said, no, if we're going to die, we're all going to die together, but we're not going to die in those people's hands. And every one of those warriors got those weak people on their shoulders. I mean, they took up an old person, and they took up a sick person, and they took up a couple of kids. And they waded out into that river to cross it. You know how many died that day? None. It was the weight of the weak that saved the strong. We need this, not just for them, but for us.